Hello, we are comparing decimals today. So, one of the most important things to learn when we're comparing decimals is the place value for each number. So, we're going to review place value real quick. Here's a number I have. It's decimal point 091. And when I have this number here, I need to know each of these place values. So, the first one after the decimal is the tenths place. Turn that. Where the 9 is, that is the hundredths place. And the 1 is in the thousandths place. And place value is so important when we're comparing decimals, because the number that is in the largest place value has the largest value. So a number in the tenths place is more important than a number in the hundredths place. And a number in the hundredths place is more important than a number in the thousandths place. So we're going to try and illustrate this concept for you with the numbers that we have here. Make this a little bit smaller, bring it back over here, and I'm just going to draw lines in for those blank spaces. So this is the tenths, this is the hundredths, this is the thousandths, and my decimal point is right over here. So these are the numbers that I have to work with. And right now they're kind of hard for us to work with because they're all scattered all over the place, and I'm not sure which one's the biggest. So what I have to do is I have to line them up by decimal. So I'm going to take this number and put it right here. Take this number and line it right up. Line this number right up. And line this number right up. And when I line up all of these numbers, I need to start with the tenths place and see which is the biggest. So we're going to compare these decimals, and we are going to arrange them in an order from least to greatest. That means we have to start with the smallest number and work our way to the top. So when I look at all of these numbers that I have here, I start with the tenths place and I'm looking for the smallest number. Well, when I look at these, this has to be the smallest right there, because this number has a 0 in the tenths place. So that means it's wrong one. This number is definitely going to be the smallest. What's the next smallest number in the tenths place? The 1. Bingo. What's the next smallest number in the tenths place? Well, now we have a tie, which is a little bit of a problem here. These two numbers both have a 9 in the tenths place. So that means I have to go to the next place value. So I'm here at the tenths. Now I go over 1 to the hundredths. When I look over here, this number would be next. Oh, excuse me. I almost made a mistake there. This is a 1. A 1's bigger than 0. 0 is the next number. And then this number is the largest. So it goes from 91 thousandths to 109 thousandths to 901 thousandths to the number 910. That's ordering from least to greatest. We can also arrange numbers from greatest to least. So let's say we have these numbers. We have decimal point 7, decimal point 301, decimal point 399, and decimal point 699. And I want to put these in order from, this time I want to go from greatest to least. So that's my goal this time. A little bit of a different perspective. Greatest to least. I'm going to put them over here. So again, what I want to do first is line all of these numbers up from lining up the decimal point. So when you have problems like this to do, you need to write the decimal point, and then write the digits right after it vertically so we can see. Decimal point right there. Okay, so now I have all my numbers lined up by the decimal. What do you notice? I hope you notice is that 7 looks kind of messed up because that 7 does not have any digits after it. So when that happens, I need to put in what's called a trailing zero or trailing zeros. They don't change the value. This number is still the same. I can add as many zeros as I want to after the decimal place. But if I put them in, it becomes easier for me to compare the numbers. So I'm going to examine my first section, which is the tenths place. I always want to start with the tenths. I'm going to look right here, tenths place. And remember, I want to go from greatest to least. So what number is the largest? That would be the 7. Not the highlighter, the 7. Not the zeros either. I'm going to rewrite it. Get my pen back. So 7/10 is my largest. After that, what's my next largest number? Well, I have 3. I already used this. It would be 699. So it would be 0.699. That one's done. Next, 3 and 3, we're tied. So I go to my next place value, which is the hundredths. 9 is bigger than 0, so that's my next number. And finally, 301. Now I have them in order from largest to smallest or from greatest to least. Good luck with your homework.